Hello, hello, DMG's Jim here, continuing to read the 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide. We are still touring the multiverse. We're getting there. Short videos is what it is. This is sometimes when you do an audiobook, sometimes you get big chapters, sometimes you get small chapters, but we're going to continue on and keep on going. So here we are, reading first and talking about it a little bit later. The Far Realm is up next. The Far Realm is outside the known multiverse. In fact, it might be an entirely separate universe with its own physical and magical laws. Where stray energies from the Far Realm leak onto another plane, matter is warped into alien shapes that defy understandable geometry and biology. Aberrations such as mind flayers and beholders are either from this place or shaped by its strange influence. The entities that abide in the Far Realm are too alien for mortal minds to accept without strain. Titanic creatures swim through nothingness there, and unspeakable beings whisper awful truths to those who dare listen. For mortals, knowledge of the Far Realm is a struggle of the mind to overcome the boundaries of matter, space, and rational thought. Some warlocks embrace the struggle by forming pacts with the entities there. Anyone who has seen the Far Realms mutter about eyes, tentacles, and horror. The Far Realm has no well-known portals, or at least none that are still viable. Ancient elves once opened a vast portal to the Far Realm within a mountain called Firestorm Peak, but their civilization imploded in bloody terror, and the portal's location, even its own home world, is long forgotten. Lost portals might still exist, marked by an alien magic that transforms the surrounding area. Far Realm Adventurers. The Far Realm is the home of entities so far beyond comprehension that mortals can't fathom their motivations. To see these beings to become lost in their magnitude and the evidence that mortals have never, will never, and could never matter to the cosmos at large. Adventures involving travel to the Far Realms or its influence seeping into the material plane might touch on fundamental questions of what it might be to be a person, what mental and bodily autonomy mean and their value, and whether mortals have any control over their fate or any importance in the grand scheme of things. It's an especially good idea to review your player's limits that might pertain to such issues before planning an adventure exploring these themes as discussed in the Ensuring Fun for All section in Chapter 1. That's it. That's what the book gives us on the Far Realm. And this is where I kind of shrug and go, there's really no official book out there that will help you with the Far Realm. There are some source books that will help you with the denizens of the Far Realms. One of them being, and apologies as I flip through my catalog here, we're going to go to 3.5. And it's going to take me a second to search Lords of Madness. So this would be the book that I would suggest if you are definitely into the concepts of the Far Realm. Obviously, if you're already a Cthulhu-esque reader, you have more content than D&D is going to give you anyway. But we are sorely lacking for definitive resources on the Far Realms, meaning they are whatever you need them to be. They're so big, they're so weird, they're so twisted that they defy logic and explanation. But looking at a book such as this, the Lords of Apparition 3.5 edition D&D, excellent source book that gets you into the concepts of the beings that live there, where they came from, what's going on there, so you can start filling it in for yourself. But ultimately, if you're wanting to run adventures within the Far Realm, it is all up to you. You're not going to get a bunch of guidance. You're not going to have any sort of structure, anything that's really going to say, this is how the Far Realms work. There's no descriptions like the City of Brass or anything. It is running adventures in the Far Realm are ultimately in your lap. How twisted, how dark, how freaky you need to make them is up to you. I would probably tell you to, in addition to the Book of Aberrations that we're looking at, take a look at the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft or the second edition Ravenloft box sets to understand the mechanics of horror and terror and insanity. Because most often the threats that are walking around in the Far Realm are so big that Cthulhu-esque threats. The players don't even register in the mind of the existence of these things. But the sheer existence of this thing, the sight of it can completely unravel your players' minds. So you're not dealing with as many environmental effects, but quite possibly not much combat going on here, because again, these creatures can just devour the souls and the souls, the sanity, and the intelligence of your player characters, your characters that are here. So you're dealing a lot more with terror and horror and insanity, short-term insanities, long-term insanities. So make sure that you understand your dungeon hazards. You understand the insanity rules, short-term madness, terror rules, and all that when you start playing with the Far Realms. But that's really that's all that needs to be said, because there's not a lot that's given, and for good cause. The Far Realms are yours. They are so, again, it's simply summed up by this statement. The Far Realms are so twisted and so vast and so grand that they defy description. There's no point in D&D giving us something to try to describe something if it defies description, which ultimately means it's yours to do what you want with, as twisted, as weird as you go. But understand the power curve is so far off the radar that our players have no business being there. Every moment that they're there, it's threatening to shred their sanity, threatening to shred their souls and their psyches under the weight of what should not be. Cool? Hey, DM Geezer Jim here. Thank you so much for your time. The Far Realm is a trip. It's kind of a weird thing. You're going to learn about the Far Realm through the denizens of the Far Realm, not necessarily through any single location description. No single one content book that I'm aware of. But hey, man, appreciate your time. Hopefully you found this video useful. Likes, follows, subscribes, join us over on Twitch and all that cool stuff. And hopefully we'll see you for the next episode. Y'all take care out there. We are still working through the 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide, man. We're still touring the multiverse, but we're getting there. So see you for the next video. Bye-bye.